Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours with outstanding pools and big payouts. Here are some of our recent pools. The pool is over $214,000 on June 23rd and over $240,000 on May 26th. And the late pick four often has pools of over $150,000. And remember, a $10,000 pick six promo on Sundays. Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos, Saturday and Sunday nights.
And welcome to the Los Alamitos preview show. Happy to be joined by George Duarte, Michael Wrona, and Chris Wade right after the big night, Saturday night, California Breeders' Champions Night. How is everybody doing? We'll start with you, George. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I enjoyed the card. I did well handicapping wise, but not betting wise on Saturday. But it's okay. Good card coming up this week. I like Saturday's card, and I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Michael, you had the pleasure of calling all these big races. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks, Orlando. And g'day to you, George and Chris. Yeah, what a fabulous night it was. So many things going on, so many things to keep track of. In the middle of everything, up pops Jose Flores with his 100th stakes win.
That was fun. My son was in my office there enjoying the races as well. And he's like, oh, this is getting taken out of here? And I'm like, yeah, finally we get to give it away. So it was pretty. I was pretty happy to do that. We have another record watch. Now is going to be Felix Gonzalez. That's the Felix watch, the Pelillo watch, as he is just a couple of wins away from reaching 1,000 combined quarter horse and thoroughbred wins for his career. So we'll be keeping an eye on Pelillo as he gets closer and closer to that 1,000 win mark. Chris, how are you today? I know you hit one of the pick fours last weekend, right?
Yeah, we got lucky. We got our fourth choice in the finale on Sunday night. It was Wilmot runners in races 6, 7, and 8, and you got a little bit of a long shot there in the finale, and come back very, very nice, like $384. So it was a nice way to close out the weekend. Not a bad return for a $36 ticket. And Valentin Zamudio got the horse done in the finale that particular night. So really classic, got there, broke well, finished well, and beat the favorite there rather handily there at 12-1. You get one kind of price at Los Alamitos and pumps up your turns immensely.
Yeah, I know the pick six, I believe on Sunday paid pretty good, didn't it? A big chunk of money on that pick six, if I remember correctly, on Sunday.
Yeah, it paid like $4,000.
Yeah, it was not nice. A nice hit. Just wanted to talk really quick about California Breeders' Champions Night. Your thoughts on the performance of the night. George, you get to chart all these races. Your thoughts on what the performance of the night was.
For me, it was rocking with energy. I mean, she won. I mean, she just took off from the get-go. It was over right away. I'm sure Michael knew it was over before they even reached the gap. And she went faster than the older greatest stakes mare in Nymphet. And, that was first off the layoff. And, I think Paul should be excited. I think he has a good one for the rest of the year. In her.
She's always been good.
Yeah, I mean, all her efforts when she has clean starts, they've been really, really good. That's all she needs. Just get out of the gate good, and she performed. So last week she got out well, and it's, it was over. So I was really impressed with her.
Michael, your performance of the night on California Breeders' Champions Night.
I probably would say favorite Jess Hawk. It's just fascinating to me how the 2-year-olds can come around, how they can just mature so quickly. Things can change after the first few months of the season. I mean, this horse was rather sluggish in his gate works before debuting. It seemed to take him a couple of starts to work it out. He just seemed to take a while in his first race or two to get going properly. But he was the fastest qualifier to the futurity, and he came out of gate 2 and did everything right again. And he's a big horse, and he just really on the upswing. And, if you can catch these horses while they're on that trajectory, it can be very profitable. And it was the second win in the futurity for E.G. High Desert Farms to match their pair of Governor's Cup Derby wins.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, favorite Jess Hawk did not have like these just incredible workout times. They were
no, not at all.
Just okay. But
it was 13-4 and 12-6.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? So, when you work 13.4, you don't think that that's going to end up being a futurity winner here at Los Alamitos, but there he was, especially from a sire, first year sire in Amir Felix. So, props to all the connections. Enrique Gonzalez of EG High Desert Farm, he was really lost for words because he said it was just such a big surprise, and he did say this made my year, just that victory, because now. Now he's got this young sire, and I'm sure he's going to give him every single chance possible to be successful. He's had some really nice sires over the course of his career as an owner. Hawkinson, Hawkish, Wrona Check, Fast Price Cartel was a nice sire, productive sire, and now he's got this young sire, Amir Felix. So good for EG High Desert Farms. Always great to see some new blood per se here in California. Chris, your performance of the night.
Well, I got to agree with Michael. Favorite Jessa Hawk was just so impressive. And as noted by the guys, this horse's workout, I gave it like a C minus, and then he improved to a C. Now, all of a sudden, his first two starts, broke slow, bump back, broke slow, bump back. And all of a sudden, third lifetime start, he broke right there and crushed. So very impressive. Came right back. Was the fastest qualifier for the finale, and he won with speed to spare. And as noted by the guys, this horse is a big-bodied son of a gun. And guess what? He's going to get bigger, better, faster, and stronger with more yardage. So they got themselves a very, very special horse in this horse. But you always got to give Nymphet her props. Didn't get away all that well and won with her heart. And, of course, London Toby, he's a monster as well for the connection. So it's a great night of racing. And they close it out with the favorite Jessa Hawk, who just give you the little tingles on your arm when this horse just was striding out so strong.
Yeah, and favorite Jessa Hawk beat my long shot play of the night on Party Time Tom. Party Time Tom ended up running second. We did do the consensus on that night, and George, most consistent performer in the consensus. Yeah, I know, Chris. That's okay. We won't talk about it from your standpoint. But George had a nice performance from start to end. But Joey Quarters finished strongly. He had a trifecta late on the card, and then I believe he closed it out with an exacta, if I remember correctly. I had the exacta flipped in the Governor's Cup Futurity. I had Party Time Tom beating favorite Jessa Hawk. Chris, you did mention a couple of horses from Dr. Ed Allred, who had a tremendous night. He had 4 winners on California Breeders' Champions Night. Jimmy Glenn with Nymphet winning the Matron, and also London Toby, of course, winning the Spencer Childers. Had a chance to talk with Jimmy Glenn following Nymphet's close victory and the way she rallied to win the Rolling A Ranch Matron Stakes. Here's Jimmy Glenn.
Yeah, her whole deal has been getting away from the gate, and she always finishes with just flying late. So today, when they kicked it, I think she actually tried to break, but she stumbled a little bit, and then kind of the one horse kind of come out a little bit. So I held my breath, and she kind of plowed through up through the middle of them, and she still with 50 yards to go. She had quite a bit of work to make up, and she just bowled through and got it done. And the kids say she just showed a lot of heart, and yeah, he said she was on a mission tonight. She was going to win, so that was good.
I mean, she's experienced now with 3 seasons, but she's still very lightly raced, right?
Yes. Yeah, actually, we just run her in the bigger races, and she went right from breaking her maiden into running with grade 1 horses. And so, tonight was 350. She really, 400, she needs all of 400, could even go 440.
So we know that what she can do at 400 yards. Jimmy Glenn thinks she can go 440, but the race was at 350, and she got it done in those last 50 yards, getting that victory. Nymphet, in my opinion, I think she's the most likely. If anybody's going to beat Patty Saint, I think Nymphet's the most likely one to do it. And of course, that would be on Mildred Vessel's night. That's coming up in the middle of September. Another performer that I thought maybe with the move of the night was London Toby around the midway point of that Spencer Childers, because he was kind of, it looked for a second like, he's kind of just stuttering there. He's not really doing much. He's okay. He's right there. And then all of a sudden, Gabriel Lara tells him, let's go, let's get going. And London Toby took off.
Racing
Always a Chance got away reasonably after acting up badly in the gate. Required First pounces on the lead. London Toby's challenging on his inside. It's Required First the leader. London Toby's almost level. Now he thrusts forward and puts his neck in front. Cattail Cove running a great race, but London Toby goes back to back in the Spencer Childers. Cattail Cove, a fantastic effort from the 7.
And what a move that was, again, from London Toby. As you can see, it looks like Gabriel kind of does something, and the horse just responds, just takes off from there. And I asked Gabriel Lara, what were you thinking early on? And he said, I wasn't worried. I knew, I've gotten to know this horse now where I know that what he's got under him, and I knew he was going to finish strong. I just had to be patient and let him do what he can do, and that's exactly what happened there with London Toby. Another big-time performer for the night, a special victory. We mentioned Jose Flores winning his 100th stakes win here at Los Alamitos. And when we brought out the big poster, he says, I have forgotten all about it, but of course, when it was there, he was really thrilled. You can see in his face how much that meant to him. Here's Jose Flores talking about mass mandate and getting his 100th stakes win.
Well, I'm super excited, Orlando. It was kind of a surprise. I forgot all about that, and what can I say? We did it with a horse that I always believed a lot in him, and he finally came through for us.
Mr. Montemayor here to join the victory party.
He's always been a great part of our team, and like all our great owners that we have, always supported us and always behind us 100%.
You said that you always believed in this horse.
Yeah. He got hurt earlier on. He got a little shin problems early as a 2-year-old, We came back around, and now he did it,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So 100 stakes wins for Jose Flores. He's only the 5th trainer in the history of Los Alamitos to reach that pinnacle. Paul Jones, Blaine Schwaneville, John Cooper, Jaime Gomez are the other 4. And now Jose Flores joins the mix there with 100 stakes wins here at Los Al. So a big night overall for everyone connected with Los Alamitos, especially everyone here with California horses. Looking forward already to next year's California Breeders' Champions Night. We'll take a short break and we'll come back with Michael Wrona with his selection of the night going into this weekend.
The traditional $2 pick six at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And when there's not a pick six carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the pick six pool. Every Sunday night, we'll have either a pick six carryover or the 10,000 pick six promo, leading to gigantic total pools like the $286,000 pool on May 19th and over $269,000 on June 8th. The traditional $2 pick six, a great bet, a great deal, always at Los Alamitos.
And we're back with the Saturday night action. First post will be at 7:35. 9 races on tap. The feature race on Saturday night will be the Bank of America California Challenge Championship. In a very nice field there. His judge and jury will be one of the big names. We have a newcomer from Louisiana, the Duke, as part of that race as well. Michael, tell me a little bit about a horse that you might be looking to play on Saturday night.
I'm zeroing in on race 3, which is a condition claiming event round the turn, 1,000 yards for 3-year-olds and up. And the horse I like has the outside post position, Pavel Puff.
There is Ashley Garcia and trainer Angela Aquino. Pavel Puff 2-1 on the morning line. Looking for win number 2 in his career. He's been pretty consistent, finishing in the money in 6 out of 8 starts. What stands out to you, Michael, for this horse?
Well, in the most recent start, the horse ran into some pretty significant trouble along the back stretch. I'm not sure if we have that replay, but the horse was checked quite significantly. And I just think that this drop into the claiming ranks gives him a very strong look.
Well, let's see if we can bring up that race. This would be that June 29th event, and Pavel Puff will be right here. Then he's going to be starting from one post, Michael, again.
He's number 4.
Okay. let's take a look at the race. And if you like to walk us through this event, you can kind of see some horses around that area moving around a little bit. And there they go, Michael.
Yeah, the horse has black silks, and the incident occurs closer to the turn. Horses back off the speed, probably with about 5/16 of a mile to go. So pretty significant check.
Yeah, it's kind of on the inside. It's going to happen about right here, huh?
Yeah, dropped back very sharply to the tail of the field. Now, I will admit that the recovery was only mild. Pavel Puff ended up finishing fifth, beaten 6 lengths. It's not like the horse was flying home, just sort of working gradually to make a little bit of late ground. So I listed the recovery as only mild, but that was after a severe check. And the thing is, Orlando, that he's been running in allowance races, and prior to that race had filled a minor placing 2 consecutive times. The only previous start for Pavel Puff in the claiming ranks was for a $10,000 tag when beaten only a length by Papa Tiger, who's a pretty sharp horse. Papa Tiger had won a couple in a row, maybe 3 in a row, and just came back from a little break to win here, I think, last weekend. So from the outside gate, plus getting blinkers for the first time, I just think it sets up beautifully for Pavel Puff, who should be able to beat this field.
And speaking of the field, there it is. Acceleration at 6-1. Adrian Escobedo's having such a tremendous year here at Los Alamitos. Ron Jones Begons finishing second last out, and finished ahead of Hungry Hearts, who's also part of this race. The 3 Smiling Tony, 8-1, and the other horse trained by Jose Raudales in this field. Wicked Facts has run second twice this year, 8-1. Angela Aquino, who also trains Pavel Puff now with this 8-1 long shot. There's Hungry Hearts at 7-2. Running Tiger at 9-2 with Jose Flores. Hector Castrillon, he won a stakes race here at Los Alamitos during the daytime meet in the Bertrando Stakes. And last weekend, he won a race at night as well. So we get to see another horse from this barn of Hector Castrillon, the 6-year running Tiger. And we've seen this horse run at Santa Anita several times, winning even at Santa Anita in a maiden claiming race back in January. And there's the number 7, Pavel Puff at 2-1. Barrington Harvey up. And Michael, from your observations watching these races around the turn at 1,000 yards, your thoughts on horses when Barrington Harvey gets on them?
Oh yeah, quite adequate. He's a journeyman. Gosh, I've called Barrington Harvey for years up in Northern California. He's been around. So have I, mate. We've both been around. And I know that the odds are not fancy, but I think blinkers on, outside post, class drop. It's just a recipe for success. And I think this horse is potentially a single in the early pick 4.
Okay, from watching Barrington ride, my observation is that he's pretty aggressive. He likes to, put his horse as close as the horse can. When he's got speed, he's going to make sure that horse is right there, and he's going to kind of push the horse up there to challenge. So Barrington should be able to kind of get that horse closer to the leaders. I don't know if there's anything super, super speedy in this race. So I think I do like the chances of Pavel Puff doing a good showing here on Saturday night. Appreciate your time, Michael. Looking forward to a big weekend of racing here at Los Al. We have a 440-yard stakes race on Saturday night. That's the Bank of America Challenge Championship. Have a great day, Michael. We appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thanks, Orlando. Hooroo.
The traditional $2 pick 6 at Los Alamitos is always a great bet. And when there's not a pick 6 carryover on Sunday nights, we'll add $10,000 to the pick 6 pool. Every Sunday night, we'll have either a pick 6 carryover or the 10,000 pick 6 promo, leading to gigantic total pools like the $286,000 pool on May 19th. and over $269,000 on June 8th. The traditional $2 pick six. A great bet, a great deal. Always at Los Alamitos.
Well, let's talk some quarter horse racing with George Duarte and Christopher Wade. We have a nice feature race here on Saturday night. This is the Bank of America California Challenge Championship, a grade 2 event, $44,000 purse. This race was won by Impressum last year at 440. Well, his stablemate and half brother, he's judge and jury, is going to be in this race. And one thing that stands out for me on his judge and jury is the earnings. He's only less than $20,000 away from $2 million in his career for his judge and jury. And of course, this horse can definitely win at 440 yards, won the All-American Futurity at that distance, and also won a trial to the All-American Derby at 440 yards. What are his chances, George, here when he comes back at 440?
You know, I was hoping he could break that 2 million tonight, but I don't think so. I think a Famous Ribbon is strictly the one to beat. I mean, he's been facing good fields, and he lost to a Tressa Eagle, who ran third in the Champion of Champions. So, I mean, he's been informed this year. He comes back here. He's had success here. He won a Winter Derby trial from the rail, if I'm not mistaken. Last out, ignore the comments. I mean, the horse turned its head, came away super slow, lost about, I would say 2 lengths. Gained ground under urging, and then galloped out in front, before they even hit the turn. So now he draws the outside next to a horse that's a Duke, who's a big, long strider who will be a little slow to get going. So he's going to have a clear path. And I just don't see anybody, denying on the night.
He's on the outside post, but there's only 5 horses in this race, so he's pretty much in the middle of the track. So in a good spot right there for a Famous Ribbon. And he's got a couple of wins at 440 yards. You mentioned that second place finish to a Tressa of Eagles, but then he came back and won a grade 2 race at Sam Houston and did it finishing strongly, and also won at Grants Pass at 440 yards. That race qualified him to run in the Challenge Championship as well. Chris, you watch a lot of races from Louisiana, and the Duke is a horse that I'm sure you've seen compete in Louisiana in the past. This horse won $1 million Futurity back in 2022. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this horse, not a horse that for Heath Taylor comes in, had a stack of trouble in his last race 99 nights ago with Delta Downs. He was a 2W. He had a good amount of trouble. He broke a little slow, was crossed, kind of slow in the stride. He angled out for a clear path and finished very, very well. The horse has got a ton of talent. Needs a clean getaway and has a big look at the outcome with his versus his stablemate, a Famous Ribbon. I agree with George. This horse has got a ton of talent, had a good amount of trouble in his last race. Ignore those comments, as you said. This horse was locked and loaded, galloped out very, very strong, and draws it outside in that short field. So definitely will have a clear path to the wire. And, of course, he's judge and jury, only $20,000 away from that $2 million mark. Got to look at the outcome. But I think the Invaders have the slight edge there in the finale there on Saturday night.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good race, and I think those 3 horses are the ones that are going to be in the main contention there. Caballon Cash has won races here, but that's a huge step up going against horses that have won the All-American Futurity and $1 million race in Louisiana. And just being a friend, that horse ran second in the Los Alamitos $2 million Futurity here, but also a tall task for this horse to beat 3 horses of that kind of quality. Chris, let's talk about a horse that you might like on Saturday night. Where are you going for your selection on Saturday night?
I'm going to go with, in race number 5, the Galoot. He's a big-bodied horse.
All right, race 5, number 1, defending champ. Is that who it is?
That's the horse.
That's the Galoot. All right.
That's the Galoot. All right, yeah, that is
on the rail.
Yeah, she have a clear path this time. So, his last race, 56 nights ago, he back bobbled and skied, was crossed, and he was locked and loaded behind the horses under a flat-out guzzle the final half of the affair when loaded with a good amount of run. He galloped out very, very well. He's got a good amount of talent, and he has come back with an 18, I think it was like an 18-4 workout. I gave it a B++, so definitely has a big look at the outcome with anything close to a clean getaway. Of course, you got to worry about the heat tailor shipper coming in from Rio Dosa. All those horses are well meant. And of course, Cesario, first time gelding, has a look. This is a closely matched affair. That being said, I'm going to give a stab. I look to stabber down the inside, defending champ, to get out of the gate in decent fashion and possibly pull a minor upset there in that 5th event.
We're going to take a look at that replay from June the 8th, race number 7 on the 1 defending champ. The field, the 8 full-hearted at 8-1. That's another horse for Ed Allred and Scott Willoughby. Gabriel Lara is on defending champ. Irving Lara, his cousin, is on full-hearted. Set the edge, ran in the kindergarten futurity after running second in the trials, but has really not taken the next step forward when facing tougher horses in the Grade 1 Golden State Million trial, Edberg Million trial, and also a trial to the Governor's Cup futurity. Or no, that was the John Deere. Those were the John Deere trials. Scheme also at 8-1 for Valentin Zamudio. Zamudio picked up a couple of wins last Sunday night. Tesio is a first-time gelding, and I thought his workout on July 24th was pretty good. He went 12-3 on that workout as a gelding now. And you mentioned Heath Taylor bringing a horse from Ridoso. That was the 6th. Braven ran 3rd in a trial to the Rainbow Futurity at Ridoso. Went 20-11 at 400 yards. So that's the field that defending champ is gonna be facing. We'll go ahead and bring up the replay here. Okay, here's the replay of defending champ, race number 7, June the 8th. And tell me about this race. Where is he starting from? And walk us through this, Chris.
Okay, he's a 6th horse in this field of 7. You can see him lean back at the start and didn't get away very well. And like I said, he's a big-bodied horse. He back bobbles a little bit and skis in, kind of slow into stride. Falls back behind a couple of speedsters on the inside. He's crossed here, but look at him. He's starting to stride out very, very well. He's locked and loaded behind horses. The harder the rider pulls, the faster I count. So I gave him a good amount of trouble. Galloped out very, very well. You can see him gallop out strongly into and through that turn. So this horse just needs a clean getaway. And with everything factored in, trouble track variant, all my numbers, he's got to look at the outcome. He's going to be a nice price and a closely matched event there in that 5th affair.
That's going to be defending champ on here in race number 5. And I'm going to take a quick look because this horse did put a workout here on July 13. And my notes on this one, it was a solo work. And I remember the horse kind of dipped down and then exploded out of the gate from there. He bobbled just a little bit out of the gate, kind of went in a little bit. Actually, no, he went in pretty sharply after doing that. The rider had to really correct him pretty hard and had to correct him a couple of times during that workout. But still, with all that trouble that he had, he still went 18.3. And like you mentioned, we saw that on that replay, how strong he galloped out. He also galloped out pretty impressively in that workout. That was a July 13th work, and he went 18.3 there for defending champ. So we'll take a look at defending champ in race number 5 for Chris Wade. So now we move to George Duarte. George, what's your play of the night on Saturday night?
My play is in race 8.
Race number 8, and that's going to be...
It's going to be More Than Eye Candy, number 6.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and bring up that replay here for Eye Candy. All right, so we're looking from the rail at More Than Eye Candy there for George Duarte. That's this play. Walk us through this. The horse on the rail, More Than Eye Candy.
So she was a bit fractious in the gate. She bobbled a little bit. Was up close near the front and drifts out late. And in a good effort, but to me, I think it's fine because my main reason for liking the horse is that this outfit, they don't win first off the layoff. They're, in the last year and a half, they're only 1 for 24 off layoffs. Yet they're 7 for 21 second off the layoff. So I looked at that race as just a good prep. And, draws well in between, a slow breaker and Worth Chancing, and then Plea Deal, who ducked in her last start. So I think everything's set up for her to draws well. I think she's quick and she'll finish better than she did last time because I think they just used it as a prep. And she faces I think besides Exploiter, who is a deserving favorite in the field, number 4. Besides her, I'm not really worried about anybody else, and I think draws the outer post. I think will improve second off the layoff. This is the time that the trainer's actually putting in the full effort for her. And I think she's just at a 7-2. I'll take it all day.
Okay, let's take a look at that field since you mentioned it there. For more than meets the eye, there's the 8 Flying Cowgirl, Playfair. There's the Moody at 5-1, Express Train. Ricardo Ramirez, we failed to mention he was the winning rider on Favorite Just Hawk. That was his first stakes win with quarter horses. So I'm sure he's going to start picking up more and more quarter horse rides following that nice performance. Exploiter at 8-5, right in the Kindergarten Futurity. Finished a solid 6. Cedar Hill, the winner. My Bud, Play Misty. And he's coming off of a nice third place finish in a trial to the Governor's Cup Futurity. Plea Deal, big long shot there at 15-1. And More Than Candy, you're going to get 7-2. And Heraclio Botello, what a meet he's having. 21% with his quarter horses, very quietly there for Heraclio Botello. 10 wins, 7 seconds, 3/3. Martina Riaga, he's having a nice meet as well, 15%. Riding mostly for Juan Aleman, but he picks up this nice mount here with Heraclio Botello. Worth chancing at 15-1. And the outside horse, Ride a Wave, at 5-1, coming off of a solid workout, 12.6 there for Dunn Ranch and Monte Rosa. Of course, before each of these horses races that has a gate work, we're going to show them on our satellite broadcast. Michael Wrona takes a look at them and kind of does an overview of their performance. We'll see that from Ride a Wave and other horses as well in this program on Saturday night. So there's the field. George, if you're looking to play an exacta in this race, who would you pair up with More Than Candy at 7-2?
Oh, another thing I wanted to mention about the Batalo Ariad connection. 5 out of his 6 wins are with Batalo, so they're firing on all cylinders. He rides well for them, and he's he started off. He rode years back. Took a time off, came back, and he's getting back into form. And I always liked him. So I'm glad, he's in the colony. But for an exacta, if you're trying to beat the favorite, say, Explorer, break slow, and you're trying to get a good exacta, I would go with Play Fair from the 2 posts. The horse is talented. I've been kind of chasing this horse, but just cannot get out of the gate. Always lugging in, always having Lozano's always struggling early, and then just loses his path. And I think maybe in between the horse from the rail, most likely when they're on the rail, they like to break in. And a slower breaker in Express Train, she might finally get that clean start and run second to More Than Eye Candy. So I would play 6-2, and if you want to play a saver, you could play 6-4.
The owner of Play Fair, M&G Farms, we know them from all their big wins with Golden Boy. And after Valentin Zamudio won a couple of those races on Sunday, I asked him how is Golden Boy doing, and he says he's booked full. He had a great, a great breeding season last year. He's, the mares are coming to him again, and he showed me a photo of one of the babies, and it's an impressive-looking baby. We won't see their yearlings until I believe next year, but those Golden Boy are going to be here at Los Al. We're going to see quite a few of them in the years to come here at Los Alamitos. And for Martina Arriaga, the Arriaga family has ridden a lot of horses over the years here at Los Alamitos. I want to say Gregorio Arriaga rode a lot for Jaime Gomez, and he was doing extremely well. He won some nice races here at Los Alamitos for many, many years. So Arriaga, a quarter horse riding family for sure. And
then Otto used to ride Arabians and Thoroughbreds.
Right. Yeah. So they won a lot of races up and down California here, the Arriaga family. big weekend here at Los Alamitos again on with 9 races on tap. Good field here on Saturday night. Looking forward to the Bank of America California Challenge Championship, and we're gonna have the distaff race on Sunday as well. It's gonna be a compact field, but some really good mares as well. Of course, they're looking to earn a ticket to Albuquerque in October for the Challenge Championship races. Any other thoughts on the weekend or in quarter horse racing overall, George?
I would like to talk about Chris's pick. I like the horse, and I mean, I've been, at first in the workouts I didn't really like. I like him defending champ, but then in the races he's performed. He gets the rail. He is. I liked him until I saw the Heath Taylor shipper, and I was like, I think he's gonna run a good second this time. But he's at 9-2, so the exacta could pick it. I think that would be a good exacta right there. Braven and defending champ. I think those two. He's not. Set the edge has just. For me has regressed since the kindergarten trials, and I just haven't seen the spark in the 350 races in his last 2 trials, either in the Ed Burke or the juvenile. So I would bet against him. And I know he's dropping back into maidens, but I would go against him. I would play Braven and defending champ exactly.
Now you keep a lot of stats because you always throw those nice little stats there during the show. When these horses that are shipping in, coming off of trials from Ruidoso, on paper right away, your eyes get drawn to them because of they're either coming off of a Ruidoso trial, a Rainbow trial. How are they done over the meet here?
I think there's only been one that's coming. He won last week. It was D-Fawn. But what's tricky is since there is so many trials, this last trial there was 34. So you'll find races that are basically just maiden races. So you gotta at least take a look and see who they face and where those horses have ran. But like Braven, and in his last start, 2 have come back to win and 3 have hit the board. So he's coming out of a good trial. Okay. So that's why I think he's just going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, because that's kind of when I'm looking at these races right away, you're like, oh wow, they're coming off of a trial. It's 400 yards, or and this and that. But they don't always win here at Los Al. So the horses that are here, they raced at night. They're comfortable, racing here. I think they still have a little bit of an edge, even though those horses are coming down from the mountain here at Los Al. But I knew you would have the stat right off the bat when I asked. Chris, anything else that stands out?
Tough races here tonight. Like I said, the finale has got a good group of horses going post-ward. It's a closely matched affair with the 2 Heath-Taylor horses to the outside. And like I said, I gave a 2W to the Duke. And he's a big body son of a gun. If he gets away clean, he's going to give his stablemate a big run to the wire there in the finale on a Saturday night. But take a look at we got a race. I think it's like race 9 or so at Retama Park. Our top choice in that race is like 9-2 on the program, and on my numbers, he figures to be very, very one more time very tough to beat. I think he's named like Slate of Blue or something along those lines. That's his name. He's got a big look in the simulcast shipping in from Retama Park there in the 9th race on Saturday. So give that horse a look. Other than that, I think defending champ has got a big look to possibly pull some minor upset over the shipper coming in. But like I said, Heath Taylor's done very, very well with the shippers, and it's going to be a great race to watch on the bookenders.
The big Galoot, defending champ. Keep an eye on him. Is the Retama horse a big Galoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's number 5, State of Blue.
Oh, Slate of Blue. Okay, race 9, number 5. Okay. All right, State of Blue. I knew it was something along those lines.
Well, thank you so much. Just a reminder for the racing fans that the Hambletonian simulcast will take place on here at Los Alamitos on Saturday morning. I believe first post for that big Meadowlands car is about 9:47 a.m. Of course, our gates open at 9:30 a.m. here on Saturday. If you're watching it on FanDuel TV, Dave Weaver will be on track, providing all the commentary, all the analysis from the Meadowlands. And of course, on Saturday night, our simulcast schedule includes races from Retama Park. So lots of racing coming up. Del Mar, of course, going, and Los Al is open for simulcasting from Del Mar. Burgars opens at 11 a.m. So enjoy the races there at Del Mar. Thank you so much, George and Chris. Pleasure talking to you, and we'll see you at the races here at Los Alamitos. Have a great day.
You too.
How about you? Have a good night. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours with outstanding pools and big payouts. Here are some of our recent pools. The pool is over $214,000 on June 23rd and over $240,000 on May 26th. And the late pick four often has pools of over $150,000. And remember, our $10,000 pick six promo on Sundays. Night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos, Saturday and Sunday nights.